All our mics.
Because I'm trying to make sure the music's playing.
Yeah.
All right, well, this is awkward. I guess we get no music today.
I mean, just hit sound effects. Shotgun blast. Pew, pew, pew.
Hopefully they didn't mute the mic.
Whoa.
Nah,
Top of the morning. Top of the morning. Top of the morning. Top of the morning.
don't take their dumbass shit.
I mean, that's literally a show by Keep Good News. Top of the morning. So, Good News Radio.
All right, people. Well, welcome to the Good News radio station. Hopefully the beat stopped playing. I have no idea because I can't hear anything in the headphones.
There's no snare in our headphones.
But yeah, this is your topical spot. Fuck, I fucked up the thing.
No,
I
you
cussed
actually
in the
were,
first minute.
You actually were doing good until you cussed.
Why do you have two mics?
You put this one next to me, bro. You literally put that next to me. I was like, why did you pull
mics,
bro? Why did you pull the fourth mic next to me? You did that. I scooted over here and you said
started off all wrong.
Like, well,
anyways, for those of you who don't know, this is Touchdowns and Tangents, your Thursday night spot for NFL takes, topical tangents. Shout out to the Good News Sports. Shout out to A Squad affiliates. Shout out to FBC Radio. Shout out to our soundboard that isn't playing our sound right now. It's been an interesting week. We're late for really no good reason at all, honestly.
I'm suffering from jet lag and the greatest Boston trip ever.
But yeah, Kenny's been in 2 time zones since we last spoke to him.
Fuck whoever created airplane seats. I hope you and your entire family burn in hell. Because clearly a really short person did it who hated tall people. Like, fam, I literally couldn't stretch my leg out the whole flight.
Did not
Nobody
tell you.
could.
You're over here like, oh yeah, I'm gonna sleep comfortably in an airplane overnight and then wake up and rage.
I was blacked out drunk. So
I don't know about that I don't know about that projection.
I woke up like 3 times.
I don't know about that projection, Mel. I don't know.
I had to pee a couple times. Other than that, like people kept walking by and hitting my knee in the aisle.
Yeah, because you're big as fuck hanging out.
My leg was barely hanging out.
I know you had a full riblet in the aisle.
No, I didn't.
I know you had a full riblet in the aisle.
I didn't. Fuck you.
You had a back titty in the aisle, bro.
I didn't.
You had a back titty in the aisle.
I did not have a back titty.
You're lying.
I'm not that
You're
fat.
lying.
My seatbelt fits, bitch. I didn't need an extension. How dare you? How fucking dare you? But I do judge myself and where I am in life based off like how much of excess seatbelt I get on airplanes. I can lose some weight.
And roller coasters, like that's my biggest fear. Is like, shit,
you can't fit on the roller coaster.
Not of dying on a roller coaster.
It's not being able to fit on you want to go on.
Having to take that walk of shit. You're like,
that walk of shit.
This just ain't you.
I've seen people do that.
This just ain't for you. Like, damn.
A cousin I no longer talk to had to do that one time, and I was like, "Sucks to be you, bitch." But
no beaches, no roller coasters. Let's add that to the list.
Man, if you too fat to get on the Ferris wheel, you need to think about changing your life. Everybody can get on the Ferris wheel. But I've seen people in like wheelchairs with muscle dystrophy, like on Ferris wheels. Like you can get on a Ferris wheel unless you're just too fat. Then that's a forklift. That a forklift for you is a merry-go-round. By the way, just fuck whoever designed airplane seats. Like you could take out like 3 rows of seats and just give everybody like 6 more inches of leg room and nobody would complain. But no, I gotta tear my fucking quad, my fucking Achilles tendon. I gotta strain my hip. Like it's terrible, bro. Like Friday, it was a 5-hour flight, which wasn't that bad. We slept most of the time. I was blacked out anyway, so it helped. But just don't get drunk before you go to the airport bar, because I don't know how we spent $300 on drinks and food. Like it was ridiculous between 3 people.
So yeah, that's Ken and Frank Jamesbury, and then of course,
hi. I'm not an alcoholic, but this is an AA meeting, I guess.
And do you want to introduce yourself? Womanly laugh to the left.
Did you just say womanly laugh? You could have said feminine laugh to the left.
I guess.
You scared that.
Same thing to me.
Same thing.
Yo, what's going on? This is Nessa on here.
She practiced that all week.
No.
You did.
She looked at her.
You're in the shower.
she
You was
sat in her car.
practicing. It's okay.
She sat in her car
It's okay.
on her break at work
okay.
and was like, "Fuck this shit, I'm gonna do it."
It's okay.
It's okay.
How'd you know?
How was
Nah.
your week?
It's been a rough week. Just because school, entering midterms, 6 week.
We've all
It's a
been there
little tough.
before.
Yeah, but I'll get there. Other than
Everybody
that,
does. So
Unless you don't, then still finish.
I'm just looking forward to the holidays.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Christmas, Thanksgiving.
Ain't nobody get shit this year except my nephew. And
I
even
mean,
then,
that's
he
how
getting,
it's supposed to be.
and he getting 2 items.
Christmas for the kids.
Now, like when we were transitioning out of that and we were getting older, and we're like, damn, we really ain't getting shit. We understand now.
Well, now you just learn to buy yourself what you want.
And don't tell
You want
nobody.
That's true.
And then like, oh, you just got this? No, I had it for like 6 months. And when that shit came to a P.O. box from Amazon like 3 days ago,
That's you.
I mean, I'm not gonna publicly admit to that wrongfully.
Just like how you privately get better tickets than me.
you could have bought the tickets, I would have paid you the money back. But no, you could have
I
got.
didn't have the
You could
money
have had a
to
2 for
front
300,
it.
bro. You could have got like a 2 for 300 type deal. You paid the same amount of money for one
Dog,
ticket.
If I had $1 for every money making opportunity I could have had to make more money, if I had money, I'd have a lot of money. But I don't. Because I don't have money.
So why don't you just say what Brandon T. Jackson said in the movie
Jesus.
Lottery Ticket? Nigga, I'm broke.
Pretty much.
You just can't say nigga, so I respect you for not saying it on the air. Adjacent. But nah,
Anyway.
But how you doing?
besides being broke and getting mad at me, because getting mad at me. 'cause
Wow.
I said,
I feel attacked.
I said, I'm
Jesus
gonna live my
Christ.
best life. Fuck it. I'm gonna not buy these tickets for these mid-level 200s when I could just say fuck it and buy 100s and only pay like $40 more. What's wrong with that?
I'm having a good week. I'm tired. I'm ready for Monday to come.
What's
Monday
Monday?
Night Football.
Oh.
Raiders, Chargers. I'll be there. Our brothers and sisters are having their birthdays this weekend, so it's gonna be a long weekend, but hopefully it'll be a good weekend. We'll see how it goes.
Jet lag is real. That shit called me like 2 days after. And my mom was like, welcome to being 30. I was like, I'm 29. She's like, you're 30.
Just get used to it.
Your knees are 30. Congratulations.
You're gonna be 30 in 4 months.
Dang, that
5.
is so long for me.
5.
Enjoy the next decade.
It's because
Your knees go at 25. That's what they don't tell you. Your knee goes at 25 secretly.
when you're fat and have had a lot of traumatic leg injuries, yes, they do.
No,
My legs
no.
work fine.
Your knee, fuck that. I see how you walk, bro. You walk like you have
I've
permanent.
always walked like that.
You walk like you have
I've
a permanent
always walked
stick
like
up your ass.
I've always walked like that. People used
Yeah.
to make fun of me in high school.
Yeah, so it's probably medical. You should probably go to a chiropractor. They'll fix it.
I
But
have
nah.
scoliosis.
Okay, then. So then you're worse than me. I'm just fat. You have scoliosis.
So what does that mean?
It means your spine's just fucked up. Like you're like Edge damn near minus the vertebrae injuries. Like I'm just fat. I lose the weight and like still have the knee pain just because football and life.
Until you're DJ Mustard skinny.
So if I ever get DJ Mustard skinny, I'm not gonna have if you're ugly, if you didn't go to the gym today, don't come to the studio. I'm gonna be like, if you come into the studio, you better bring food or water or something, because motherfuckers like to eat around here. Salute.
And what did I do today?
Brought food. She brought
Yeah.
food for people to eat around here. Didn't even ask.
Y'all are keeping us fed, and she's the starving student. It's crazy.
Hey man, first it was
Talk
easy.
about free
It-
internship exploitation. Shaking my damn head.
I mean, I
got mine on a bet. You got yours on some mooching.
No. She did that shit off love. That's respect. I got you back. Don't even trip. I'm gonna come in here with 20 tacos from Jack in the Box. Be like, here you go.
All right, so I guess we should talk about football
We should.
this week.
The 2 worst teams in the league, not named the Houston Texans and the Minnesota Vikings defense.
Jacksonville and Houston. Wait, is that right? Jacksonville and
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. There you go. The
Joe-
last 2 number 1 picks
Joe Burrow
facing
balled.
off.
Joe Burrow balled out. The Bengals won 24-21. They pulled it out.
Jacksonville almost got their only win of the season.
I just feel bad for Jacksonville because they have Trevor Lawrence and they're probably going to waste him because Urban Meyer is the coach.
Well, for those of you who missed it, we posted on the TDs_tangents Instagram, but CJ Henderson, number 1 pick of 2019, right?
9th overall pick. They actually ended up taking I forget who. No, Carolina ended up taking Derek Brown. So they passed on CJ Henderson to take Derek Brown, the D tackle.
So Jacksonville shipped Henderson out to the Carolina Panthers for a 3rd round pick and a tight end.
And Dan Arnold, and they got a 5th round pick back.
5th round pick.
Jacksonville sent the 5th and Henderson, who was the
to get a 3rd and the tight end,
which is a horrible trade. Like, why would I give you a 1st round pick and then send you a 5th?
And I think Henderson, he had like a down rookie year, and then he had like a bounce back last year.
He was hurt, but it's also like their whole defense was shredded, bro. Like, he's still too young to call him a bust. Like, he has talent. Like, from what he was at Florida, like, you can tell he can play. It's just sad that he went to Jacksonville.
Well, I think it's a good move for Carolina.
Excellent.
That's the thing about the Carolina Panthers, and this is the weird thing that's going down in my fantasy football leagues is like because Christian McCaffrey's hurt, the 2 teams in each of the leagues that I'm in, they're down. So their plan is to trade Christian McCaffrey to get more running backs so they can maintain. But the problem is they're trading with other teams that obviously have extra running backs to spare and can make the trade. But those teams are just essentially going to stash Christian McCaffrey for 3 to 5 weeks and then bring him in the number 2 running back and win the fucking league.
That's why that trade should be allowed. That's why we vetoed a trade in our league. Shout out to Raul. By the way, accept my fucking trade, Raul. Tell me if this is a bad trade for a team that whose running backs.
Nobody cares about your fantasy team.
It's paid. Fuck you. There's money on the line. Don't talk to me. Talk to me respectfully. First off, so I have Mike Evans, Mike Gesicki on my bench, and then I have Cortland Sutton. And since KJ Hamler just tore his ACL for the Denver Broncos and Jerry Jeudy's out, guess who's getting all the targets? Cortland Sutton,
who's also returning from injuries.
Wow. But he's actually like
the mic wasn't even feeling your take. Did you get that on video?
He
See,
balling
that's
out,
a good
though.
one. That's a good one. You got to remember what timestamp that's a.
Shut up, Pete. Fuck you. Nah, but he balling out though, right? So I got, he's like, hey, so if you give me, like, I'll give you Gibson for Mike Evans and Gesicki, but like I need Gesicki.
That's a sorry ass trade.
Mike Evans put up numbers, and he's a starting receiver. He's top 12.
So why are you going to trade that for Gibson?
Gibson is a running back who goes off
by committee.
No, he's
playing for a Washington team that might not be in consideration.
But here's the thing: he said you could pick a receiver. I said, give me Deebo
versus
Samuel.
If you have Mike Evans.
Let me finish.
Who's on a top offense?
I have Julio. I have a ton of receivers, bro. I'm stacked at receiver.
Playing on a Super Bowl team.
I need another running
back. Who's going
to
be playing deep into the season?
But I need another running back.
So get somebody other than Gibson. Gibson barely has.
There's no running backs left in my league, bro.
Yep, that's the whole. That's everywhere.
But I got some good running backs. But here's my thing. I said, okay, you give me Deebo Samuel, Gibson, and CJ, or fucking CD Lamb, Gibson, and Deebo Samuel for Mike Evans, Cortland Sutton, and Mike Gesicki. To me, that's a fair trade. You get a tight end and you get a starting receiver, and I get your running back and 2 other guys.
I guess, bro. I don't know. My whole thing is,
is that not fair?
My whole thing is, if you draft good,
I drafted excellent in this league.
If you draft good, you shouldn't be under pressure to make a trade.
But he has no tight ends.
Right. You shouldn't feel in a position to where it's like you have to make a fair trade. You should be making a trade that you're winning. Bottom line.
No, but they veto that shit in our league. They're like, no, you're front loading this trade. That's bullshit. Yeah, so I'm like, this is a fair trade. You should take it because I'm going to keep Mike Evans. CD Lamb might not get these targets because I got Cooper too. I got Cooper and I've got Russell Wilson. But I was like, fine, if you want to be like that, I'll trade you straight up Mike Evans, Gesicki, Russell Wilson. You give me Kyler Murray and Gibson. He's like, "Fuck you." I was like, "Well, you gonna waste Kyler Murray, and you ain't got no fucking running backs because they're all hurt, and you need receivers and tight ends. So you're kind of at my mercy here because you need my tight end, Gesicki.
Well, guess
He
what?
had 20
Guess
points
what?
on my bench.
If you would
and
have
I
texted
lost
me
last
back
week.
before 2 p.m., I could have got a fantasy guest on here. And we could have, asked somebody.
I just
that.
assumed that was just going to be your
Yeah,
thing every
yeah,
week. You were just going
yeah.
to get somebody from fantasy on. I was just going to come in and be like, "Ooh, who we talking to in fantasy this week?" I figured that was your thing.
Yeah, roll out of bed at 2:30 and who are we talking to about in fantasy, right?
I mean, I was blacked out. I woke up at 6 and then
He's still blacked out from
fell
Monday,
asleep
folks.
and then blacked out and then woke up at like 1:30. No, 1 o'clock. I think I texted you at 1 o'clock. You said, "Are you still alive?" And I was like, "I'm alive."
Because I was already 4 texts deep.
Nah, bro.
I text you every
you were
2
3.
hours on Thursday.
You
I
texted
literally text you every 2 hours on Thursday.
You texted me like 3 times.
I'm just gonna start 4 hours early from when
just start at
instead of
6
starting
a.m.
at 10.
Start at
I'm
6
gonna start
a.m.
at
I
2.
babysit my
I'm gonna
nephew.
start at 2 in the morning. Are you up?
I get off work, bro. I get off work.
Are you awake?
I get off work. I'm home at 2
Are
a.m.
you awake?
So that actually would be the best time to talk to me. It's 2 a.m. You think nobody's up? No, Kenny's up. Kenny's up.
Yeah, we all follow you on social media. We know.
I rarely even post like that at night anymore. So kiss my ass. But nah, for real though. Is a Pop Tart toasted strudel?
It only took Eric blocking you to do that.
Eric didn't block me. He scolded me heavily, and I was like, all right. But yeah, is a Pop Tart toasted? Is a Pop Tart a flatbread?
No, because that has a filling.
But
If
technically,
anything, it's a calzone.
what the fuck? Hold on, that's a Titanic leap, my guy. You want to stretch your hamstring before you do that? Did you just call a Pop Tart a calzone?
If it's not a fucking flatbread, it's not a bread.
A flatbread is some shit on top of it, right? But you could technically inverse that. Like strudel is what?
A pastry.
A flatbread?
A pastry.
But technically,
It's a pastry.
you could open it and
It's a pastry. So if anything,
could
it's a
have the inside of a Pop-Tart.
calzone or a Danish.
but you could
If
refer,
anything, it's a Danish.
but you could refer. I'm
It's a
saying
Danish.
Okay, fine, but you can also reverse it.
It's a Danish or a calzone.
Could you not have the inside of a Pop Tart on the outside of a Pop Tart? Yes or no?
Calzone, Danish,
I understand. Pop Tarts in the middle.
Pop-Tart in the middle.
Unholy alliance.
Yeah.
All right, that's fair. Also, we said it's a taco wrap
I mean,
because
it's a wrap or taco, I think, is a better question.
It's a taco sandwich. Because if a wrap is a sandwich, then technically a taco has to be a sandwich via proxy, right?
Damn.
It could be.
All right, sorry. I just got a lead.
Nice. Anyway, just random shit we were talking about at the airport on our flight back. Which, by the way, the weather in Boston was nicer than it is out here, sadly, but actually great for us. So Joe Mixon finally broke his touchdown drought, scored a touchdown. My fantasy team needed that. He gave me 13 points. That's the best I could hope for.
Your fantasy team one more time.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna keep doing it. Oh yeah. So Joe Burrow threw for like 352 yards. Like that Bengals offense really has all the skill players it needs, just no offensive line. And I really hope they go offensive line in the draft or try to get somebody in the offseason because Joe Burrow's not gonna last long. Like all you can tell that Bengals offense could be the most explosive in the division because Jamar Chase, Tyler Boyd, who's always forget the third guy. Oh, T. Higgins. Who's gonna switch his number?
I look ugly. I need a cut.
Just not realizing that. I'm sorry. We've been doing the podcast.
I look like a little Mexico street dog.
You look like you look like,
I look like a little stray pup.
You look. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. That's fucked up and racist. I'll let it go. I'll let that one go.
It's not the first time I've gotten a Latino microaggression in the studio today.
I'm just saying. I wasn't the one who did it though. It wasn't me.
You know the other one I was talking about?
It was Michael.
No. Sorry.
Either way.
I'll vent to you about it after.
Nice.
When we're in a safe space.
Watching Venom.
There's no safe spaces from safe spaces.
Wait, what? Did you just try to say a bar? Because I don't think that works. There's no safe spaces and safe spaces.
There's no safe spaces from safe spaces.
You tried it. You tried it. It fell short, but you tried it. So bottom line, yeah, Joe Burrow, that offense. It's amazing how much money they've spent on the defensive side of the ball and all the people they've let walk. They let Carl Lawson walk. They let a lot of guys walk, but Jesse Bates was hurt. So, I mean, it is what it is, but it's just interesting to see. Like a team that you know is bad, but they're going to keep competing. But this is not looking great for Urban Meyer. He already has more losses with Jacksonville than he had his whole time at Ohio State. Every week is Alabama. Oh, goofy ass. But anyway, on to the thing that all the hype beasts, everybody got hyped up and jacked up about. So the Super Bowl lineup was announced. Kendrick Lamar tweeted out Kendrick Lamar, Dr. Dre, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and Snoop Dogg are all going to be headlining the Super Bowl halftime show on February 13th of next year at SoFi in Inglewood. So I guess all the gang members are going to unite. All the aunties are going to show up.
Hey, that's a little West Coast.
Hey.
It's a whole lot of West
Hey,
Coast.
you know who I think we should put on there?
Who?
Miss Ice Cube.
We were just talking about that. The irony that, they brought in Dr. Dre, but not Ice Cube.
Dang, this.
But would you
Call
rather
it
have-
something more culture than some of these people putting together these fucking halftime shows.
I'm just saying, Jay-Z's like, okay, they pandered to the global Latino community last year with J-Lo and Shakira, even though we know Shakira is better than J-Lo.
And now they pander to
black people
to the LA transplant.
And hype.
They're pandering to the people who
still live in LA.
No, who have California love at the top of their playlist.
Yeah, that's how I know you're Mark. That's how I know you deserve to get robbed if that's your top song. If that's the top song you picked. I'm from Oakland. My mom, Tupac gave my mom a shirt off his back in the 90s. They met it was at a gas station. It was there in passing. She went to go get gas, and he got out the car to get something to eat. And she was like, "What the fuck? That's Tupac." And then she started rapping out lyrics to one of his songs. And he was like, "Oh, that's dope." And he's like, "I ain't got nothing to sign for you, but here, take my shirt." She was like, "Oh shit, thank you." Yeah, my mom is.
Are you for real?
Yeah,
crazy.
It's amazing. She told me the story verbatim. And I was like, "Yeah, I can't ever top that. I can't." Like the fact that on her 21st birthday, I think she had Rick James and Tina Marie pulling her on stage and singing "Happy Birthday" to her. Like, there's no topping that. Rick James sang "Happy Birthday" to you and Tina Marie before they both lost their voices to cocaine. But yeah, so with that halftime show, it's just like, okay, who are you trying to get out? Like, who are you marketing to? Because young people, yeah, they know it, but let's be honest, they grew up on Kendrick. They kind of know Snoop, but they don't really know Snoop. They don't really know Dog Pound. They don't really know Corrupt Young Gotti. They don't really know Daz Dillinger. They don't really know all the deep cuts off Doggy Style. So you trying to pander to all the people who are going to be spending money and live in LA. Like, okay,
I mean, you could have got YG and Dollar Sign. I would be happy with that.
Bro, no, I'm not. I'm not paying money to ever see YG.
No, they really missed
just YG.
Why?
You paying money just to see YG?
I'll be honest with you. YG is one of the greatest performances I've ever seen.
Okay, I agree. But if it's just a concert and it's only YG and you find out what the ticket prices are and they're pretty pricey, who's on the undercard? Like when we went to go see Future on the Nobody Safe tour, and that was like probably one of the greatest concerts of this era because fucking Drake showed up out of nowhere. What's his name? Migos was on there. Tory Lanez was on there. Like that whole card was loaded, and I don't even remember who came on after Migos because somebody came on after Migos before Future, and then I mentioned
Tory Lanez.
No, Tory Lanez was the opener, but then it was Migos, and then
Dram
was fucking fire. Now he's known as Shelly, and there was somebody else after Migos, and then after Migos, somebody else, and then Future, and then Future brings out Drake, the Nobody Safe tour. That's probably one of the best ones of this era, along with when TD have their their events. But it's like, okay,
never been to.
Yeah, if Kendrick ain't bringing out,
remember that time you saw
here we
Kendrick?
Go. Remember you saw Travis Scott at Coachella where you didn't go? Fuck you.
The weekend that Damn dropped. Oh wait, you weren't there.
I'm hurt because I didn't go, and I could have went. I should have pulled the trigger, but I would have had nowhere to stay. That would have been worse than the Boston trip because I really would have had nowhere to stay.
You would have stayed camping. You would have just slept on the grass.
The fuck, bitch? What? I'm fat. I need to shower.
So you'll sleep on a dirty tarmac that people will walk by all the time.
I just
but
sleep
you
all
want to
that
talk about not sleeping on the nicest grass you'll ever experience in your entire
India.
life.
That's where people go to get murdered.
And the grass is really nice. I don't know what to tell you, bro.
So you're saying India's a great place to die? Or OD at a music festival?
In the spring when there's a nice breeze?
Okay, and then every other time when it's like random drug overdoses and wild shit going on. India is not a safe place, bro. I don't know who told you this.
Nobody said India was a safe place.
Like, why would I want to go to... Like, I get you. I should have went to the Coachella with Travis Scott. That one I will regret forever. But I mean, it's like that. Damn, she flamed me. I already know. Like, she was too scared to show me straight out.
You just got flamed by the universe.
I can imagine. There's a Sean Kingston joke in there.
There's a Viagra joke in there. We were watching the retake of Kenny's mic quitting on him mid-sentence.
That's fucking funny.
Mike was like, I'm out. I'm out on this take.
Mike was like, is he talking about his fantasy football team again? Fuck this. I quit.
All right, other big news from the week. Richard Sherman.
Like, that's all you have to say for them bringing them out?
I mean,
you think they're going to bring out anybody from TDE?
I hope they do. I think they need to bring out J-Rock for sure. Kendrick's going to be there.
You got to bring out Schoolboy. You bringing out J-Rock.
Absolutely. Just bring out the whole black hippie.
You're down the street from the South Bay. You kind of have to do that. You kind of have to bring out all the SZA, Mary J. Blige, gonna be in her finest. There's gonna be so many aunties at this Super Bowl halftime show. So many aunties. Hey, get your hair and nails done 2 months in advance.
If you're gonna bring Eminem, bring out Exhibit. Do bitch, please.
All I'm saying is, would you buy?
That's what I'm saying. Though.
Tickets right now in 2021.
Yes, I would. And to your point earlier, Eminem's like the one of 3 people that I haven't seen that I want to see. But yeah, like to your point earlier,
impossible to get.
To your point earlier, how do you do those songs without some of those other people? Like you can't do Explosive without Corrupt.
Exactly.
So what are you going to do?
What is Snoop going to do? You can't. You're not going to.
Bro, the 2001. It was already 20 years ago. That's wild. That whole album is 20 years. That album is older than Vanessa.
What if they do Laylo and bring out Nate Dogg's son? That shit would be wild.
That's not any of their songs. That's fabulous.
Laylo is not a fabulous song.
It is.
No, the fuck is not. He's not even on the song.
Oh yeah, you're right. I'm thinking of the other one.
The fuck is wrong with you?
I'm thinking of
take your LA card, bro.
Isn't Laylo who's Laylo?
For the nigga that be
I know what song it is. Who's the artist?
Nate Dogg.
It's not Nate Dogg.
Snoop and Dre are on Laylo. Google the lyrics right now.
It's not on any of their albums. I'm telling you. It
doesn't fucking matter. It's under Dre's catalog.
I don't even think Dre's on that song.
Snoop's on it, so Snoop can perform it. Snoop can bring out Nate Dogg's son and say, "We're gonna fucking sing Laylo."
This is why you don't be having fun, bro. You just be trying to hear the fucking deep cut shit that you listen to on the fucking train.
Give me 2 deep cuts and play whatever the fuck else you want.
At a party, bro. Like, ain't nobody trying to be mad and fucking grind through their day right now. All right, we're trying to turn up and have fun.
You gotta play Laylo for the killers at the party. You can't play no soft shit and then all the killers looking at you like, you ain't gonna play nothing? You ain't gonna play none of the deep cuts? Okay. You been at parties in Palmdale, Lancaster, fucking Court Hill, say you're not gonna play no gangster shit. All
That
right,
was a Snoop Dogg song. You're right.
you're welcome. And he could just bring out Nate Dogg's son, who played college football from Long Beach. How perfect would that be?
They won't do that.
They won't do it, but there's plenty. I'm saying, who's Snoop gonna bring out?
And that's not a Dr. Dre beat. That's from the Master P days.
Who
Snoop
gives?
Dogg days.
That's even better. Bring out Daz Dillinger in this bitch. They probably won't though, because Daz Dillinger getting his money. All his master rights are reverting back to him. I think next year. But he getting his bread back. He said, "No, y'all pay me for everything. It's shit that he still ain't get paid for off death row." So what I'm saying is, like, they can't whitewash their history depending on what songs they're gonna play. Now, are they gonna play fucking that Dr. Dre song with Kendrick? Where he's on women. What's the name of that shit? Women, Weed, and Weather. How do I always forget the name of that one? Welcome to LA. Oh, fuck it, whatever. But yeah, they gotta do right by that. Because we already know we're gonna have a bunch of deep. If somehow Method Man shows up and starts doing songs with Mary J. Blige, like there's a lot they could do with this. This might be the greatest Super Bowl halftime show ever if they do it right.
But they won't.
They probably won't because of gentrification involved, and I feel like the hipsters are gonna be like, yeah, we wanted this. Like I already know there's gonna be people online talking
It's
shit
just
about
one
the
of those
performance, and
things
they weren't even
where-
alive when those albums came
It's just
out.
one of those things where it's gonna be too cool, too fast to like really be meaningful to anybody.
Exactly.
Like they're not gonna none of them are gonna be able to play any of their individual songs. Like you're gonna get 30 seconds of a few songs here, of one song here, one song there. They're just gonna be passing it around, which would be cool. But if you're a fan of those individual artists, you're not gonna hear like an extended. You're not gonna hear the songs you want to hear. You're not gonna hear the parts you want to hear. You're just gonna hear the most poppy, lowest common denominator songs, and it's like, I don't think that's gonna be catchy enough for the Gen Zers. I mean, I think it'll be cool for people our age and up, like people who were at least 10 years, people who were basically at least 10 years old when the Chronic 2001 dropped, like the 2000s, early 2000s music, are gonna like it and up. So like your uncles and people who listen to that stuff at the cookouts, we're all gonna enjoy it. But the kids younger than us, nah.
They're gonna flip the channel.
The old heads, maybe a little bit, but not really.
Somebody gonna be sea walking to that shit. That's all I know. LAPD presence is gonna be heavy around that stadium even more.
And if the Raiders are in the Super Bowl and the Cube's not in the halftime show, I'm not watching that shit. No, that hold me accountable to that. If the Raiders are in the Super Bowl and Ice Cube is not in the halftime show, I'm not watching that shit.
I'm playing No Vaseline all day in protest.
All right, so can we move to the other LA news of the week?
That we're going to the Raiders game? Raiders Chargers?
Close.
I mean, LA news or like broad news?
Richard Sherman is back in the league, folks.
That's not LA news, but okay. I mean, he went to Dominguez, but I feel you.
I mean, Compton is Compton.
That is true, but like, no one just starts with him being from Compton.
Well, maybe they should, because he's a scholar and one of the
3.9
brightest, most
GPA,
outspoken athletes of a generation.
and he
So
told
maybe-
Skip Bayless to his face, "I'm better in life than you." And Skip didn't have no response but to just white explain.
Stanford grad Richard Sherman.
3.9 GPA, sir. All pro corner. All I'm saying is he signed on with the Buccaneers. Him and Tom Brady squashed their thing.
Well, Sherman said that Tom Brady actually reached out after he put out that post about, his character, his tape speaks for itself, and there's really no reason he shouldn't be in the league.
One incident really shouldn't blackball me out the league. And the funny thing is, he can say that now, but Chad Johnson couldn't say that back then. Ain't that funny? Like the era where players couldn't publicly defend themselves. T.O. couldn't publicly defend himself. Marvin Harrison couldn't publicly defend himself after those gun charges.
I agree with what you're saying.
A lot of those cats.
I agree with what you're saying.
Brandon Marshall,
but
really
also none of those
himself.
guys are Richard Sherman.
They're better than
none of those
better.
guys. But
Chad
none of those
Johnson's
guys
better than Richard Sherman.
None of those guys have done
crack.
None of those guys have done what Richard Sherman has done.
Played on Super Bowl
off the
team.
field.
Chad Johnson's loved in his city, in Florida, and in LA.
And Richard Sherman's not loved all across the whole entire West Coast.
Okay, that's not my point.
From literally from LA to Seattle to the Bay Area.
He played for Seattle.
He played in the Bay Area.
And nobody cares about the Niners like that.
He played for Stanford.
They play in Santa Clara. Santa Clara is not the Bay Area, in case you didn't know. Tell me Santa Clara is the Bay Area. Go ahead, lie to my face.
And that's not important to my point. My point is he's culturally significant along a whole entire coast.
He is, and he should be celebrated more often.
Yes.
But my point is, don't sit up here and act like he could guard Chad Johnson because he fucking couldn't. Chad Bailey got ate up by Chad Johnson. Get out my face.
Yeah, but are we talking about maybe not in one-on-ones, in some shorts and some t-shirts?
No, like on him the field. There's film.
Dion on site. But are we talking about in 11-on-11, cover 3 with above average pass rush, Richard Sherman?
When you can hide and Earl Thomas is picking off whatever goes over your head?
Come on, dog. Now you're being disrespectful.
Not really.
I'm about to walk off the stage, bro. You being disrespectful.
Am I being disrespectful? You are a guy who didn't travel and only played on one side?
You're being disrespectful to a two-time pro, all pro, not even
Hall
pro
of Fame corner, but he's one of the
pro.
best. He's one of the best of his era. If you don't,
okay, but you're ready to put Shady McCoy in, but you won't put Richard Sherman in.
Shady McCoy,
that doesn't make no damn sense.
No, it's not.
That doesn't make no damn sense.
Shady McCoy was the best running back in the league at one point, repeatedly.
One year when he left Philadelphia. When he left Philadelphia.
No, he rushed like 1,800 yards.
LaShawn McCoy hasn't been the best running back in the league since he left Philadelphia.
That was a fair point.
6-7 years ago?
But that's a fair point. His career's been over for like 3 years, if we're being honest. But Buffalo ruined him because he was actually one of the best backs in the AFC, but he played in Buffalo, so nobody cared.
Dog.
How am I?
Remember the reason why you don't like Richard Sherman?
No, I love Richard Sherman.
The reason why you're dogging him though,
but he doesn't travel.
It's because it's a receiver league now. Think about. We were just having this conversation about running backs. We were just having this conversation about running backs.
Jamal Charles.
About how there was a lot of great running backs when we were growing up.
And they won't make the Hall of Fame.
And they're not going to make the Hall of Fame. And now we're not even going to get those guys. We're not even just going to get great running backs. We're going to get guys here
like Saquon,
who are here for a year, maybe 2, maybe 3, and then they're gone. Somebody else is up. Yeah. And that's pretty much where the corner position has been out. Think about when we were coming up. Think about how many.
Jair Alexander is a dog.
Think about how many great corners there were, though. Like everybody had at least one solid above fucking 88 corner. There's some teams with a corner not over a 72. Man, like there are some teams with some trash ass corner.
Bullshit.
Dog, DJ Hayden's been a starting cornerback for 5 years. Like let that sink in. Come on.
I blame the Oakland Raiders.
So what I'm saying is, like maybe in your scheme of things of looking at it in the full context of the game, yeah, maybe Lester Hayes should be in there before Richard Sherman. Maybe there's some other guys who should be in there before Richard Sherman. But if you're talking about his era,
is he a Hall of Fame corner?
His era,
he's a Hall of Fame corner to my face. But you won't put Clinton Portis in?
I'm telling you, he is the best player at his position for longer than some of the other guys who you bang the table for and say that they should be in the Hall of Fame, and they were never even top 5 at their position. Maybe they were 6th, maybe they were 5th for 4 years, but were they ever the best?
If you play in a defense where you never have to travel, and it's always like it's like if you had 2 all-pro defensive ends, right?
This is what I hate about this
one defensive end. One defensive end is really that dude.
No, hear me out.
The other defensive end never gets double teamed.
Hear me out. This is why I hate this show. Because I've literally made this argument about Richard Sherman probably like 4 years ago. And you literally have made the argument I've made about Richard Sherman now. and now we're just completely reversed, and we're not going to agree.
Yeah, that's the best part. But I was like,
It's so stupid.
it's not. But like Patrick Peterson, I mean, he's getting cooked now. He's on skates, looking like Fred Smoot. But like Patrick Peterson is a Hall of Fame
Dog,
corner.
Okay, besides him, what was the last great corner?
I mean, there's not.
Yeah.
See, here's the problem: the nickel position on defenses. Because
you didn't answer the question. What was the last great corner?
I just told you one. I'm
Give me another
forgetting
one.
like 5 people.
Give me another one.
I'm still blacked out from Boston.
Exactly.
I'm losing.
You ain't
I
got
saw
it.
brain cells missing.
That's it.
Calm the fuck
That's
down.
it.
No,
That's the two corners of the 2010s.
no, there was 2 more. There had to have been 2
I'm
more.
waiting.
You're gonna make me Google it. That's fucked up. I mean, I'll probably have the answer off the air, but for sure, there's definitely been more than 2.
Stephon Gilmore?
Hell no.
Tre'Davious White?
Okay, dog. We said the 2010s, like when we were in high school.
But that's
when we were in high school.
We weren't in high school
men,
in the 2010s.
We graduated high school in 2010.
Yeah, we weren't in the high school in
and
the 2010s.
Richard Sherman came of age in the 2010s.
Okay, well, when did Tre'Davious White come in the league? 2014?
That's 2014.
That's
not the 2010s.
5 years. 6
what the
years.
Fuck, it's not, bro.
That's
you
more
can't
than,
count that. You cannot count that. He
that's
didn't come
more
in
than
at
half a
2014. Tre'Davious
Whatever.
White came in like 3 years ago.
Nah, he's been in the league longer than that.
No, he's only been in the league like 3 years.
He's already on his second contract.
4 years, maybe.
6.
No, 4.
Bet. He's at least 2015.
I said 4 years. Do the
He's
math.
2015. So you're saying he's 2017.
4 years at
All right,
most.
Google that.
Tre'Davious White.
Tre'Davious White. What year was he drafted?
You know
Anyways,
you're
let's
wrong,
go.
right?
Let's see what other corners. Marcus Lattimore.
No,
Okay, give me.
that's
give me a great
Marshawn
corner.
Lattimore.
Marshawn
And again,
Lattimore.
He's 5 years in.
Okay, give me a great corner. Come on.
From his era? Okay, that's cool. Let me Google it. Since you want to play this game. All right, cool. I got you. Don't even trip.
2017.
All right, you got one. That's not 4 years though.
It's 2021.
2017, 18, 19, 20, 21. That's 5 years.
17. No, what the
And
fuck?
he's already
it's
been
not.
on his second contract for like 2
2017.
years.
4 years. That's 4 years.
2017, 2018,
2017 to 2017 is 1 year. 2018 to
2020.
2019.
So he's a 5th year pro. He's not a
going on
4th
his-
year pro.
Fine, but that's still. Don't try to play semantics.
That's not semantics. That's factually incorrect. That's a
You
GFP.
literally said 2014.
If
No,
somebody's in their
2014
4th,
was.
5th year,
2014 was like
Derek Carr's here.
8 years ago. God damn, we're
Yeah.
old. We're old. But yeah. So
I'm waiting for another great corner. Hold on.
Okay, fine. It's fine. It's cool. Unbelievable.
Darrell Revis.
I think he's actually before them.
That's what I'm saying. That's the last great one. What?
Correct.
Charles Woodson, Darrell Revis, Richard Sherman.
Wait, they really put Gilmore on this list. Darrell Revis, Chris Harris. Okay, Chris Harris. Akeem Talib. Okay. Joe Hayden, Jonathan Joseph, Marcus Peters, Jalen Ramsey. Yeah. That's kind of a short list.
Yeah. So
It's him
Richard
and-
Sherman's
it's-
getting closer, huh?
it's him and
He's getting
Patrick.
closer to that gold jacket, huh?
He's getting pretty close.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna not put him in the Hall of Fame, but there's a logjam and he has to wait. Patrick
What I'm
Peterson
telling
has
you
to
is
be-
there's not a lock jam.
Yeah, there is.
Who's in front of him? Woodson's already in.
Receivers get in way more than DBs do.
Okay.
That's a fact. Receivers and running backs get in more than DBs do. So if there's a logjam receiver, you're gonna take the best DBs of the best era, like from the 60s, 70s, 80s, like they're doing now. They get some dude who's already dead and they put him in the Hall of Fame. So what I'm saying is Richard Sherman will have to wait about 5 years to get in the Hall.
That's fine, but I think he'll get in.
You think he'll get in over Hines Ward?
Are you asking me do I think he should get in over Hines
I'm
Ward?
asking you, do you think a Seattle Seahawk who won a Super Bowl will get in the Hall of Fame over a Pittsburgh Steeler who won a Super Bowl and lost the Super Bowl?
Are you asking what are you really asking?
I'm
me?
asking
what point
you,
are you trying to make?
do you really-
ask your real question? What are you trying to ask?
Unbiased, do you honestly think that Richard Sherman is a Hall of Famer if Hines Ward isn't a Hall of Famer? They're around the same caliber of player.
But what I'm trying to ask
Their
you
teams
is,
won without them.
What I'm trying to ask you is, Are you asking me like which one I would put in if I had one vote? Are you asking me which one gets in first? Are you asking me which one should get in first? Are you asking me which one was more deserving?
I'm
Which
saying
one had a better
realistically,
career?
only one of them is getting in our lifetime. So which one do you really think is going to get the nod? A Steeler or a Seahawk, who Earl Thomas was a better player than Richard Sherman? Cam Chancellor was a nightmare. So I'm saying all the people you give credit to on that Legion of Boom, and it just takes away from what Richard Sherman did. People are going to give the nod to Steelers because the Steelers, for some reason, get the nod all the time when it comes to the Hall of Fame. Raiders don't necessarily get that same due, which is bullshit. But again, you have to pick.
My answer to that is what?
Who do you know deep down? You close your eyes.
Who's in the Soul Patrol?
Close your eyes.
Who's in the Soul Patrol?
Shit, bro, you're asking me questions and I'm still blanked out.
Come on, Mr. Fucking
This is
Sportico.
the week I don't have stats.
Come on, Sportico.
This is the week I don't have Sportico, dog.
Come on, Sportico.
I'm reeling off Boston.
Who's the only one in the
I left
hall?
my brain cells in Boston.
Who's the only one in the hall of the Soul Patrol? It's a really easy guess. You should be able to guess this.
I only know Soul Glow right now. I know.
You don't know who the Soul Patrol is?
I do, but not right now.
Who's the Soul Patrol?
Bro, tell me.
Google. Who's the Soul Patrol?
I don't remember
Google
shit.
the Soul Patrol. Google the Soul Patrol. Let's see. We're gonna have an intern put you on game right now.
Bro, this is the one time I don't remember something and you remember it and you're holding it over my head. Because you know I remember all this shit.
Because it's really disrespectful.
Because I was blacked out drunk in Boston, bro. I lost brain cells. They're still coming back.
All right, go ahead. Say it on the mic.
NFL Soul Patrol.
Did you find it?
Okay, Darrell Reeves is definitely going in over Sherman. And Peterson is definitely going in over Sherman. Peterson is so good they stopped throwing to him.
Are you ready for this?
They stopped throwing to
Are you
Patrick
ready for
Peterson.
this?
Yes.
The fearsome foursome
Oh, the Rams front seven?
had NFL Hall of Famer Willie Brown, Skip, Dr. Death Thomas, Jack, the Assassin Tatum, and George Atkinson. So the answer to that is what?
Jack Tatum isn't in.
Exactly. So what does that tell you?
Wait, who'd you say the first person was? Willie Brown?
Yep.
Willie Brown's in.
Which is what? The corner.
Yeah.
So what I'm telling you is the corners get to shine. The corner's going to get in again. In this case, Richard Sherman is going to be the only one to get in out of that group.
Nah.
Even if on paper, like you're
Thomas
saying,
ain't going to get in.
even like you said, on paper, those other two guys probably meant more to the game, like how the game has changed. Honestly, all three of them do, bro. Like they really were the prototype of their positions for like a solid 5 to 7 years.
Okay, let me break it down for you.
But Richard Sherman gets in, the other two don't.
Who? Well, we know
Cam Chancellor.
We know
and,
Cam's not
and
getting in.
Earl Thomas.
And Earl Thomas is going in based off how he went out the last time he was on the team. Sherman has the best chance because he can still play. And if he gets a second Super Bowl ring.
And the reason why Willie Brown is in is why. Same reasons you just talked about.
But also
same reasons you just talked about.
Tatum.
But it's the same things you just talked
people
about.
Out.
Exactly. Politics, longevity.
Because Fred Taylor.
Sherman has that in the Legion of Boom. Him and is Wagner gonna get in?
Wagner should get in. Wagner could be first ballot.
But that's what I'm saying though. Is like overall,
Wagner legitimately could be a first ballot.
Overall, the conversation.
Wagner could be better than Kuechly.
Overall, the conversation that we're having is really hard because the game has changed so much. Like the stats from back then really don't mean shit, but they mean more than
because it was harder to earn those stats back then. Like that's why when people say Steve Smith and Michael Irvin was better than Steve Smith, I'm telling. I know Michael Smith got hurt and had to go drug thing, but Steve Smith was literally never supposed to be a thing, and he was a 3rd round pick out of Utah. They said he was just a kick returner.
Santa Monica City College.
Him and Chad Johnson played on the same football team, and both those dudes have.
There was another one. There's a third one.
There's a third dude who played on that Santa Monica football team.
There's a third NFL player. Yeah, third receiver.
Shit. Good look. TJ Shimazada? He went to Oregon State. I don't
Somebody else. I'll look it up.
That's crazy though.
Yeah, but there was a third one.
And nobody talks about that guy.
Nah, I think he was in the league too.
But nobody talks about that dude. They just say Steve Smith and Chad Johnson are on the same JUCO football team.
All right, so Richard Sherman to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I mean, I think it's a good move. Why not? We need to have that corner. They had some injuries there with Bunting.
Shia, he broke his arm heinously, so they needed a corner, and he's the perfect fit.
And they said the other starting corner plays
Carlton Davis.
Yeah, he plays Sherman's position. So
Carlton Davis is a lockdown corner, but I think he has that. He ran like a 4.52 coming out of Auburn, so he has the athleticism to probably travel. Sherman.
That's who they said. They said he's probably going to travel
because Sherman ran like a 4.6. Yeah, he was quick, but like Sherman, you can't put a fast guy on Sherman because he's going to get beat. Like the Super Bowl proved that. Sammy Watkins cooked that man. When Sammy Watkins cooks you at this stage of his career, yeah, you're not the guy. So yeah, on the college football news.
Well, wrong sound. Hopefully the right sound.
That's the right sound.
Well, I couldn't tell you because I couldn't hear.
I know the bell icon is the right sound. So Phil Knight starting an NIL company for college athletes, and Sabrina Ionescu, former Oregon great and New York Liberty star, will be on the board as like a senior partner member. So it's excellent to see what Nike's doing. I think if you're one of the top flight athletes in the country, why go to USC when you can go to Oregon and get banked? Think about that. Oregon's going to set all this. Oregon is becoming a prime location for a lot of athletes, whether it be college, high school. Like Phil Knight's reinvesting that money properly and smartly. Like, give the best athletes that come out of this school the money and the power to create platforms to empower other people, and you just sit back and rack in all the dough and all the acclaim, and you become an even bigger, like, sports icon in the city. So, salute to Phil Knight on that. That's brilliant business. As far as week 3 recaps, Notre Dame beat the dog shit out of Wisconsin. They had like 3 pick sixes. It was like 41-10 or 41-13. USC got clapped by Oregon State like 45-27. Oregon State hasn't beaten them at home like that in like 60 years or some shit. Yeah, it's not looking good for USC right now. Arizona is so bad in football right now. I think they're like 0-4, 0-5 or whatever. They're doing open tryouts for the football team as of October 13th. I think it's on a Tuesday. They're going to be doing open tryouts. They're that bad at football. They're that bad at football. It's a lot of Pac-12 schools that are doing horrible and have no wins right now. And Arizona was one of them. Also, rest in peace to a player, a DB that was on Utah's team. He was gunned down this past week. Really sad. The program's been hit with a couple shooting deaths. It's really unfortunate. So prayers up for Utah's program. Also, Florida State is even trashier. Because Florida State is like 0-4, 0-5. They got blown out by not Boston College, but some ACC school that they're not supposed to lose to. They got clapped by somebody. I can't remember. Actually, let me look it up. But they are like, their record is so bad. They haven't been as bad since before Bobby Bowden took over. That's how bad they are.
Well, looks like I'm moving back to Florida. I actually got 4 years of eligibility. Just kidding.
I mean, you can go to Arizona. You might have. Oh, Wake Forest, which is now ranked 24th, beat Florida State 35-14. Craziness. And then also a linebacker for Ohio State got benched and quit at halftime and said, fuck Ohio State. Took his gloves, his jersey, threw it all off. He quit the football team. Yeah, so it's interesting what's going on at Ohio State right now. Sorry. I had to sneeze and it didn't come out. Also, one last thing for college football. So Notre Dame is playing Cincinnati. Here's why this is probably one of the biggest games of the week. Brian Kelly's now the all-time winningest coach in Notre Dame history, past Newt Rockne with his win last week over Wisconsin, right? Notre Dame's in Indiana. Cincinnati's in Ohio. Somehow the Big Ten fucked up and didn't land both these schools in the Big Ten. But that's a whole nother issue as far as football goes. Cincinnati's going to the Big 12 living their best life, even though they're in Ohio. Wow. So Cincinnati's ranked 7th. Notre Dame, I want to say, is ranked 8th. And this is really, whoever wins this pretty much, like if Notre Dame wins out, they have to be in the national game picture. But Cincinnati wins, this legitimizes their whole season. This will be their best win all year. And Brian Kelly was the head coach in Cincinnati all those years ago before he decided to walk out on his team. He took it and then left the team banquet. He told them at the team banquet, I'm taking the Notre Dame job. I'm leaving right now. And then dipped.
That was crazy.
People were cussing him out. They're like, you piece of shit. Like, you could have picked a better time to do this. Why would you do this right now? Then Cincinnati went on to play Florida in the Sugar Bowl, I think in Tim Tebow's last game, and they got the shit pushed in. It was bad. They got destroyed. Yeah. And now he's playing Cincinnati, which became a powerhouse without him after all these years. And if he loses to this Cincinnati team, that is probably just the biggest high five to that fan base, knowing that he left him like 13 years ago or 10 years ago, whatever, when he left him the way he did, which was very disrespectful and not classy. And now he's stuck at Notre Dame. And it's like, I mean, like, as if that's a bad thing, but every time he gets in the big game, he gets his ass kicked. So I thought they were going to lose to Stanford, but I really think Notre Dame loses to Cincinnati. I think Cincinnati, like, they're different. It's not a gimmicky flash in the pan offense. Desmond Ridder is looking more for real by the day. And I think Cincinnati pulls off the win against Notre Dame. Yeah, that's pretty much it. College football.
All right. So with that, we move to touchdown and turnover or take your tangent. What do we have more of?
Take your tangents, honestly, is just better.
Yeah.
Touchdown or turnover
He was right.
is going to cause more controversy.
He really did stretch out a nothing this week.
There was a nothing news week. I told you. Like, touchdown or turnover might cause a fist fight. But take your tangent, it's going to be interesting. And you hit the wrong one.
Oh, I did. You're right. I did. Too bad we couldn't hear it. So it doesn't really matter.
Can we hear the shotgun blast?
Nope.
Can't hear that either. All right. Well, take your tangent.
Why we can't hear anything?
No, take that one off. There you go. Take your tangent. The Jaguars have lost 19 straight games. Mind you, their last win, they started the season 1-0 and then said, we're not satisfied, and then proceeded to lose 19 straight games.
We've already spent too much time talking about Jacksonville.
But the irony of that tweet, that they went 1-0, and then they've lost 19 straight games since that tweet that said we're 1-0, we're not satisfied.
I just think it's crazy because, like, what are you gonna do? Like, what is Jacksonville really gonna do? Like when you really think about it, they already tore down the roster. They already traded for draft picks. They already tanked. They already went and got a big, high profile, expensive head coach. And none of it's working. Like, what do you do? Now you get a left tackle? Now you drop the receiver? Like, okay, cool. But is that really going to put you over the edge? Like, it's not that long ago Jacksonville was actually competitive. And
One
now
game away from the ring.
The South is just a mess. Houston's a mess. It's like Indy and Tennessee are only standing because they're in the South. But nobody's scared of those teams this year. And maybe they'll figure it out because they're well coached and they figured out the past few years. But right now, at this moment in time, nobody's checking for them. And the Colts have probably the best defensive player in the league. And the Titans have the best offensive player in the league. And still, when was the last time you heard about either of those teams?
When they came back against the Seahawks.
When they make a highlight?
Because Derrick Henry is a walking highlight.
Yeah. When they make a highlight.
Even though they underperform every third game.
Something like that. All right, next one. Chicago, Matt Nagy ruining his quarterbacks.
Justin Field got sacked 9 times in his first career start. Myles Garrett had the single game record for the Cleveland Browns for sacks in the game. 4.5. They didn't even do any of the stuff that he's good at. And he's actually good at a lot of stuff. But they really didn't. Like, they only had 60, I want to say 54. Hold on. Let me see. As far as yards of offense. Keep in mind, Justin Tucker hit a 66-yard field goal, which is an NFL record.
Every time, dude. I'm sorry.
He's an NFL record. 60,
Yeah, tweet that shit out.
Fuck you. 66-yard field goal. Justin Tucker hit a 66-yard field goal, which is an NFL record. Longest in NFL history. And then he got a 12-point Madden rating boost. So now he's a 99 overall. First kicker ever been 99 overall. That one kick of 66 yards was more net offense than the Chicago Bears had this past week.
He honestly should just go to Detroit. So that way Jared Goff only got to get to the 50. Every time.
He kicked a 63-yarder in Detroit a couple years ago.
That's what I mean. He should just go to Detroit. He'll be legendary there. And the quarterback only has to worry about getting to the midfield mark.
They would still find a way to lose every time, though. That's the crazy part. Like, the Chicago Bears have 47 yards of offense. Justin Tucker's kick was 66 yards. Aside from the fact that Justin Tucker's the greatest kicker of all time and he went to Texas, I'm still shocked about that one. But, like, Matt Nagy just needs to get fired because he should not be allowed to handle quarterbacks. You failed with Mitch Trubisky. You failed with Andy Dalton. You're going to fail and ruin Justin Fields.
I just think it's funny all the memes that have been coming across all week talking about how Mitch Trubisky got the Bears to the playoffs twice. Maybe he wasn't the problem. And I think it's kind of like that whole Adam Gase thing. Like, it's like, yeah, Matt Nagy, you did a great thing with Pat Mahomes. Allegedly. Like what?
Allegedly?
3 years ago? It's been like 2 years with him.
He's clearly gotten better since you left. I'm just saying.
So it's like, yeah, he probably respects you. All that. Just like Peyton Manning loves Adam Gase. Just like all the NFL loves Adam Gase. But there's something breaking down between what you're trying to do now compared to what you did before. And maybe it's the fact that the guys you're working with aren't the guys you worked with before. Like,
or that everywhere you
Sam Darnold is not Peyton Manning. Like,
everybody who's left you has gotten better.
Justin Fields is not Pat Mahomes.
Because Pat Mahomes can't run a 4.4. So, you know.
But that's the thing is, like, they don't have to be those guys, and that's what good coaches do. They learn to adjust. They don't expect lightning to hit twice in the same spot the same way. They find a way to capture something else in a bottle.
Or run vanilla offenses. By the way, Adam Gase's high school team left the state championship after he left, after he graduated. Um, Everywhere he's gone, like situations have gotten better since he left. Maybe that's a sign that Adam Gase is the problem everywhere he goes. Aside from looking high as fuck at that press conference for the Jets, because he was off some whippets. I'm just saying, allegedly. The man was gassed. He was geeked. There was something else in his bloodstream. That's all I'm saying. If you piss test that man, I don't think he passes. All I'm saying is life in the NFL is better without Adam Gase. I wouldn't want Adam Gase to coach my high school football team. He would find a way to ruin that.
Next one, Gerald McCoy suspended for 6 games for
what?
Testing positive for performance-enhancing drugs. He took to Twitter and Instagram this week and essentially said he took a medication to help with scar tissue that was prescribed to him. Turns out it was on the banned substance list. Still says it's not an excuse. You know, he's a professional. He should know better. So he's taking full responsibility. But yeah, McCoy's out for 6 games. He's technically on IR, so it really doesn't matter. He's probably going to be done. He is done for the year. So 6 games really don't matter. But yeah, man, you can never trust. Always got to do your own homework.
I mean, Robert Mathis took his wife's fertility medication. He took his wife's for when she was recovering from a baby. He took her estrogen fertility medication and got busted. So it's like, come on, man. Either y'all just have dumb shit on that list that doesn't work and players have to do what's best for them, or you just have to admit that, like, y'all not doctors like that. Like, which one is it? Because if people are finding alternative means to heal themselves, clearly the list that you're giving these players, that medicine isn't good, which includes Toradol shots, by the way. So it's like either they're going out of their way to cheat or you're giving them bullshit on this list and it's not working. And as somebody who was pretty much forced pills in high school after an injury, like rather than actually getting, you know, what I needed, doctors like, just take these pills. Just take these pills. Just take these pills. Like, you get to a point where you don't want to fucking take pills. It erodes your stomach lining. It fucks up your digestive tract. It fucks up your kidneys. It doesn't make you feel good. Like, sometimes people just want to do shit that makes them feel good when it comes to pills. And what are we defining as performing enhancing in 2021? I want to know. Because if getting back to your normal means you're cheating, well, then, like, what are Toradol shots? That's a performing enhancing drug. A painkiller is a performing enhancing drug, is it not?
Yeah, for sure.
Because a fucking Uncrustable is a sandwich, is it not? It's a peanut butter sandwich. It's an Uncrustable. So, I mean, like, what are we saying? Like, are we saying, oh, the shit that we give you, these painkillers, aren't illegal, but anything that you could take that would probably help you, like if you did take your wife's estrogen fucking medication and it was less wear and tear on your body, that's illegal though. So it's like, oh, you can't smoke weed. By the way, fucking Josh Gordon got reinstated by the league and signed with the Chiefs. Honestly, I just don't care anymore. That's what I really wanted to say. That's what I forgot to put on this rundown. But I didn't have the fucking energy to waste my life seconds. Like, he gets another chance. The TCU linebacker, Washington, for Arizona, he never got another chance. It's a lot of cats who don't get another chances, but Josh Gordon keeps getting chance after chance after chance. And then they keep busting him for weed. It's like, bro, he smokes weed. Just accept that and stop busting people for weed. Like, it's
free Justin Blackman.
Bro, he needs
free Alden Smith.
He should have been free Alden Smith. But also Justin Blackman had alcoholism issues. So that was even bigger than the weed. It was the liquor. But like, it pisses me off when they say performance enhancing when anything you use in your rehab process is enhancing your fucking performance. So like, where's the line at? It's not giving you an edge. I mean, yeah, steroids shouldn't be allowed. Did you just hit your leg really hard?
No.
Got a back cramp? Are you having an old man? Are you okay, Pete? You pulled a hamstring? You fucked up your kidney? You pissed yourself? What? Do I need to call like somebody? Bro, what is going on?
I need you to fucking do the radio show, all right? I'm having a moment. That's what I need you to do.
I'm trying to figure out what this moment is. Bro, did somebody tell you I'm pregnant and it's yours? Like, are you okay?
Dog, I just had a spasm in my delt, and then my lat, and then it was like my hip, and then I moved my foot, and then my foot had it.
It made it worse.
I was like, fuck. What's going on right now?
You gotta immediately stand up.
Spasms and cramps all at once. I couldn't move, and I felt like moving all at the same time.
You gotta stand up when that happens.
Holy shit, that was a lot. Bro.
That's how I felt when I was on that airplane for 5 hours.
That's a fucking lot, dude.
Yeah. Speaking of which, and imagine if you went to work and then they gave you painkillers.
Got possessed, like I don't know
by
what
a pain demon.
Was.
But imagine if you were at the NFL, you went to work, and they said, "Okay, the shit you just took, it's a performance enhancer."
To take care of your spasm, cramps, stroke.
Yeah. They get what if a doctor gave you menstrual medication to do it, and then you get drug tested and they say you have a performance enhancing drug, and you're like, "No, I didn't. It was menstrual medication. What the fuck? That's not a performance enhancer. That's literally to just stop cramping." Like, and they look at you in the face and say, "Yeah, but it's a full performance enhancer. You're going to be suspended. You can't fight it." Tell me that's not bullshit. I'll take that as a yes.
Yes, it's bullshit. I don't know what you said.
I know. People will play it back. They'll listen and be like, "Wow, Kenny was actually making a really like dope ass point." But anyway, that's it. What's the next one?
Touchdown and turnover.
I thought we were already done with that, but okay.
No, you put two irrelevant topics you want to talk about because you was trying to
Hood Chinese.
You was trying to hit the page count.
Yeah. Fuck you. I was trying to hit the word count. Yeah, I got it. I was 7 words. I was 7 words over, but 5 of those words are bullshit. Hood Mongolian versus Hood Chinese.
Extra large periods.
Touchdown or stupid ass. Extra large periods.
I used to do that, bro. 14 space periods. You'd be surprised how much space that can take up.
Just cheating like a motherfucker.
On 12 font with the 14 period.
How is it not noticeable? It's mad noticeable.
I mean, it's not noticeable, but it's not noticeable.
Like, should I?
If you know. Like,
yeah, but it's like if the teacher decides your grammar and all that shit was wrong.
Like, why the fuck is your period look like a 0 filled in? Like,
exactly. Like, that's how they would bump you off points for that. And if that's most of the paper, you're fucked. But if it's just like a random elective, you don't care anyway. But
so to the geography classes, we all cheated.
I don't know how I passed my geography class. I tried my hardest, and she was like,
I really feel bad for like people who be teaching earth sciences and like those entry level classes. Like they know everybody cheats, and they be trying to stop it, and they be trying to make it interesting and relevant. Like I'm sure you're like, if you had a geography teacher, I'm sure they have some cool TikTok about fucking rocks.
And it's the only thing you remember 10 years later. It's the only thing. It's the only shit you remember. Like, dude, and you're like, that was a damn good teacher. I just didn't give a fuck about geography or biology in the 5th grade. Like we didn't pay attention to none of that shit.
Currently taking biology, and it's the hardest one.
That is the hardest one because that's the one that actually matters.
Your life. Your life. Chemistry matters too. Fuck around and blow yourself up. You know how to mix some shit properly.
If you're in hoodonomics, then yeah, chemistry does matter.
Chemistry matters, trust me. It's balancing equations. Oh fuck. I hated balancing.
How to make your car start with just some cooking oil and water and Crisco.
And it's like 3-month-old Crisco. You gotta heat that shit up just to get the fucking atoms moving in it. Oh man.
You remember one word from chemistry? Atoms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Molecules.
I just said balancing equations.
Woo.
Come on now.
The pH table?
The pH scale?
No, periodic table. I'm sorry.
Periodic
scale.
table.
There's
Yeah.
pH.
What's K?
Potassium.
Ooh.
Okay, cool. How many elements are on the periodic table?
164.
Wrong, you fucking idiot. 237, bitch.
You know,
Something
I was
like
gonna say that too. Like, really? I was gonna say that.
You're like, I should go really
But
high.
I was like,
that's too much.
But I was like, that's a stupid ass number. Like, I'm pretty sure it was a multiple of 8 for some reason. I don't know why.
You're thinking of something else.
Yeah.
You're
So I was thinking of
rows on the table.
64 or 128. That's what I was thinking. But I was like, nah, 237. That sounds random as fuck. But that was like literally the first number that popped in my head.
I was like, damn,
I was like, that number's too random.
And it's funny because I've been remembering that shit at the worst possible times. Like, how do I know this?
All right, so
Actually, it's 118 elements.
I guess we'll just move to the rants.
Oh, I was gonna talk about my Boston trip, but yeah, that's right.
I mean, that's pretty. You already talked about that one.
I actually haven't.
And two,
I haven't even.
You started the show talking about that.
I talked about the flight there, bro. I was drunk. I was drunk on the flight there, but you know, hood Chinese versus hood Mongolian. You never answered.
They're the same.
No, they're not. That's racist.
They're the same.
No, they're not. That's racist. I mean, they did have Chinese food there.
They're
At
the
the Mongolian
same.
spot.
They're the same.
Which do you prefer?
It's like, dude, like it's like a quarter and a nickel.
So one has more value, clearly. So which is it?
Like one makes up the other, but they're all part of the same hood food.
So
hood noodle Asian currency.
So what you're saying is Mongolian barbecue is just a chocolate dipped ice cream cone?
No, I didn't say that. What I'm saying
regular
is
Chinese is just ice cream?
Okay. Yeah, I am saying that. There you go.
You're welcome. All right, see? On Touchdowns and Tangents, not only are we fat, but we also give you shit you can relate to other things too. Like when you weren't looking for something that made sense to complete your story that you were trying to tell somebody, just listen to us. We'll probably have something for you. We'll have some quotables.
All right. Vanessa, you want to start?
Rants.
Yep.
I'm planning go to Universal Studios.
Hey, okay.
Horror Nights?
Horror Nights. I've never been there. First time if I ever go.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
What are you going to go with?
Little special someone.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There you go.
Damn. All right. We got a teaser.
Make a night of it.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. That's cool. When you going?
Don't be asking all that.
Someday in October.
One of those days.
Only thing I'll say is only thing that sucks about those places is the lines.
Yeah.
Oh.
Plus, I'm not really.
There passes?
The grudge line was terrible.
Yeah, definitely.
Fuck
but yeah, like I'm not really
forever.
into the scary stuff, but for some reason, people I've dated are, so I find myself in those spaces.
What if they think that being in a relationship with you is scary enough? So like everything below that is kind of passe.
Wow, that was fucked up.
They're like loving you is horrifying enough. So this maze is actually a breeze.
Well, it is when there's fucking 100 people standing in line in front of you, and the people in front of you are getting scared.
I don't like when they come at my ankles. Like, bro, don't come at my fucking ankles with a knife.
I've just mastered the like, hey, like I've just mastered the indifferent stoic look. Like you can't look scared because then they'll scare you, but you can't look like you're not scared either because then they'll scare you out principle. So you just have to look. Yeah, you just have to like look indifferent. And,
like,
laugh.
You almost got me.
Yeah,
where you like I was actually like not scared, but like my fight or flight senses.
So basically, how you deal with all your problems? Yeah, we got it.
Not completely, no. But yeah, I definitely.
Has there ever been a problem that you haven't started with a laugh? That hasn't started with a laugh?
my biological father.
Just like that.
I ended that with a laugh.
And I've never done mazes.
All right. Well, it's gonna be fun. It'll
Wait,
definitely be an
also
experience.
they will try to scare you while you're peeing. So just be
So
aware of
another
that.
thing,
No, for real,
another.
they'll fucking come up under the stall on you.
So I don't know if it's going on, like because of COVID and stuff. Like I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore. I don't know what social life looks like. But like another good one is like the hayride at Griffith Park.
That one's dope.
That one you're like in the little back of a truck and they drive you around Griffith Park
Hollywood,
and then they stop and you walk through some places and they scare you.
Hollywood Cemetery.
That's one. And then another good one is Pierce College. They have a big corn maze and little pumpkin festival. So you're looking for things to do with your sweetheart.
Yeah.
Those are good things to do.
Okay,
Well,
thank you.
Yeah. All right. Kenny, you go first because you're gonna take for fucking ever.
Man, I just want to be in frame when I say this.
Your rant is gonna be longer than your actual trip in Boston.
Yo, that shit was 24 hours. We planned it 6 weeks ago.
Dog, I've heard about your 20 hours in Boston for more than 40 hours already.
By the way, that's a fucking album cut. 20 hours in Boston. It's actually 24. 20, no, actually 28.
Nah.
28 technically.
What time did you get there?
Like 5, 6 in the morning.
Oh, I thought you got there later.
No, we got there because we left LA at 10:40 at
So
night.
you got there at 6 and you left at 6.
We got there early and we got back to LA early as fuck too.
What time did you leave Boston?
5:40.
So you got to Boston at 6 and you left at 5:40.
Yeah.
So that's 24 hours. Do you not?
What, bro? I was drunk. I don't remember. I literally don't remember things, bro. I got so drunk that like I don't even remember some of the pictures I'm in. I don't even remember. Like they showed them in the group chat, and I was like,
When I get drunk like that, the only way I remember stuff is by text.
Why you text somebody?
Like when people will text me, I'll remember. Like,
certain points.
oh, I was texting this person at this point in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like I was thinking about when I was at the Charger game. Like, oh shit, this was like 2 weeks ago. I just remember. Like, oh, I was
Talking shit
texting
to
this
me via
person.
text message.
I was texting this person. Yeah, and I'll be talking shit to like 3 people, and I'll be texting somebody else about like business shit, how drunk, and then my phone die, and of course I'll remember all the shit to continue talking in real life, and then I forget about the business shit for like 2 weeks. I was like, oh shit, I gotta go back. But I remembered, I was like, oh yeah, that's like one of the last things I remember before my phone died was texting that dude about whatever I was texting him about.
But yeah, wonderful. Like I didn't take a lot of trips in my early 20s because I was just always busy working to fucking death. And now that I like have a little bit more time and I'm pretty much an uncle, a funkle. I'm the fun uncle. I'm the fun uncle. I'm the fun uncle.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm a funkle. That's what it means. What did you think it means? You're sick.
Not fuckable. NF?
No, that was never the term for a funkle.
No fuck.
No.
Yeah,
No. Like that's why DILF doesn't.
That sounds like a racial slur.
Yeah, that's why DILF doesn't make any sense. Like,
Dad, I'd like to fuck.
I mean, I would hope not.
But I'm saying that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but chicks tried to come up. Chicks tried to say DILF, and I'm like, no, it doesn't mean the same. MILF just flows. Like funkle, it's
That's
like
kind
no.
of misogynistic of you to say that. That's like saying men flows and women doesn't flow.
No, like I know chicks who say, why would I ever say the word DILF? It makes no sense. Like they have a different word. We don't know it because we're dudes. But they definitely have a word for like a dad they like to fuck.
DILF.
No, it's not DILF, I'm telling you.
Okay.
They let us think it's DILF, but it's not DILF.
Okay.
They're like, no.
It's just daddy.
No, Silver Fox, that's one of them.
That's for like an old man. That's like
that they would fuck.
That's like a adult kids. A DILF is like someone with like young kids.
I'm telling you.
A silver fox is like an old head. Like he's
No,
Kids
because a
are-
40-year-old
his kids
could
are
be a
the
silver
same age
fox.
as me.
A 40-year-old could be a silver
And
fox.
a 40-year-old can have a 20-year-old kid easily.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that DILF is technically the only thing people say, but like, there's another word. We're just as dudes, we're never gonna know.
It's all right.
We'll never know
Hurry
the
up
full
with your
word.
rant.
But yeah, I just encourage y'all to travel more, man. Travel, do some like spontaneous shit. It'll open up your eye. Like you'll realize you don't have that many problems. Like I talked to this dude named Tony for like the back half of the game. Because I blacked out for like 3 innings, and then came to. And then was talking to him. He was like, "Yeah, man, like you got a wonderful spirit. Like I'm not saying it because I'm drunk and like this is a Red Sox game and the environment is amazing, but like the fact that you and two of your friends came out here on a whim for one day just to experience Boston, and then ended with a Red Sox game and just getting blacked out drunk at bars, and you're only 29." He's like, "I'm 62. I work for FedEx. Like you, trust me, you have your whole life ahead of you. Don't think it's over and you're old yet." And he's like, just enjoy the moments, enjoy the memories. I was like, damn, that was some real dope shit. Like it really was it was just a great weekend. It was just the only bad thing that happened is that our phones died because we weren't fucking fully charging them as much as we should have. But time flies when you're having fun and you don't even really remember how much money you spent until that credit card statement comes in. But I just took all that shit off and put it on no notifications because I need that negativity in my life this week. But yeah, I'm happy. It was a great time.
Yeah, I've had those weekends and
Go
my
on.
account's negative 500.
Whew, you don't even look.
Oh
Don't
my
even
God.
fucking look,
I'm not
bro.
checking this shit for another
Wait till
month.
the paycheck.
I'm not checking for this shit for another month.
Wait till direct deposit
Solid
hits and then
month.
give it to God. Like it's a
solid
buck
month.
now.
I'm just gambling on my car
So
and
what's
just
your
hoping
next
it
stop?
pays.
We're gonna do Chicago in the future.
I've been wanting to go to Chicago.
Either probably a White Sox.
Sorry,
game.
I've had like 3 other people who've invited me to Chicago before you, so it's fine. And I have friends who live
It's
in
okay,
Chicago.
bro.
I have
It's
friends who live in
okay.
Chicago, so it's cool. I'm
He's
not
hurt.
tripping. Like,
He
I
hurt,
got friends too.
I'm
so
not
we can go.
bro.
Yeah.
We're going to Miami. Don't trip. Remember the Miami trip? That's still in the cards. The Senior Bowl. Relax, buddy. Relax.
no, man,
We'll
it's
hang
fine.
out. We'll
No,
hang
it's
out,
fine.
bro.
It's fine.
It's okay. We'll
It's fine.
hang out.
It's fine. Just don't ask me for any VIP.
It's okay.
Don't ask me for any VIP.
Bro, you don't even like
a
baseball.
Boise, Idaho, fucking blue turf game. All right.
Bro, I know more about Boise State than you do.
Yeah, and guess what? You ain't getting VIP tickets. I'm
Yeah.
going by myself.
I buy
And we were like-
the
you know,
fucking
you're
pack
like-
from somebody else.
you're
Keep
like-
playing with me.
No invite, bro. You don't even like Boise State, bro. Don't be commenting on
You
my
don't
picture.
though.
You don't even like Boise State, bro.
Bro, it's like your girl told you a couple weeks ago.
I'm just gonna be fucking all blued up, bro. Looking at the blue turf saying and my caption is gonna be, I got way too much blue news. I got way too much blue for any more bad news.
And you can't come back to LA after that. Nah, I was like, because your girl a couple weeks ago was like, hey, remember when you said, it would be great? Kenny should be here right now. And then I'm like, you didn't invite me. You didn't even hit. We were talking and you didn't tell me you were at this place. You could have just hit me up and I would have pulled up, but you didn't. This was different. Like,
Well, I took you this place now.
no, this was different.
Well, I took you to the place that you're referring to
you,
now, right?
you owe me. Okay,
Okay.
We're square on the
All right.
Mongolian
Yeah,
spot.
right.
But all I'm saying is,
All right.
with the Raider game, you're mad because I got better seats. I only got better seats.
I'm not
'cause
mad.
I just said, fuck it.
I'm not
I'm just gonna
mad.
do it. Mad.
Let's be correct. I'm
We
not
could've-
mad.
You're not happy either, though.
I'm not mad.
He said I'm not mad like 5 times. Fucking mad.
It's just like
You're a little incensed. You're a
It's
little bit
just
beside
like-
yourself.
if I started doing my own college football, segment, and I started having on all these high profile college football
would feel
guests
some type
that
of
were
way.
better than yours, you'd be like, I'm not mad.
I mean,
I'm happy for you.
you're not gonna
Like,
find-
it's cool.
You're not
Like,
gonna find
it's
that.
cool. I
but
fuck with
okay.
you.
I mean, you ain't gonna find that.
Like you're not gonna be mad. Like, yeah, see your attitude. Like you're not mad.
I'm not mad.
You're not mad.
I'm
Like,
not mad.
But you feel some type of way.
I feel no type of way.
Yeah, like, okay.
Be blessed, beloved.
Right.
But like, if you just wanted to get the re-up and get the same seats as me, we could have done that. but like you didn't plan it
You
out.
keep shaming me because I have $300 in my bank account.
No,
What do
I'm
you mean?
shaming you because we could have actually got the same. You could have got the same seats as me.
I have season tickets. You should have got the tickets
I
where I
don't-
have my tickets.
I don't have
you know
season
where my
tickets.
tickets are. My tickets are the same spot every game.
I mean, so you mad because I got better seats
I'm not
for this one-off?
mad.
For this one-off,
I am not.
you got the
mad.
better deal because you have season tickets. I do not.
I'm not mad. It's like Jackie Kennedy. Like I'm not mad. Like I understand.
But
why
I'm gonna
you did
take
it.
vengeance out
It
on
makes
you
sense.
passive aggressively later on.
But am I happy? Does that make me happy? Do I feel closer to you because of that?
No,
No.
that's the point. He
No.
finally said it. He said, "I feel like you put up a wall between us."
Yeah, like you're gonna be
What?
far as fuck.
I thought this was
You're
like
gonna make a bunch of memories that I'm not gonna experience. You're gonna have friends in your section that I'm not gonna have. Like I'm gonna be with a bunch of Charger fans.
You realize at a certain point you could just come down because
No, you
security
can't. You
security doesn't do that.
You're not there. No, you
Damn,
can't do that.
Fenway, they were doing that shit. Fenway people was going
this
right
ain't
down to the
Fenway. This is the premier destination.
Fenway.
in the world.
Honestly,
This
Fenway,
is the best stadium in the world.
Fenway has a better baseball experience than Dodger Stadium. There, I said it.
All right, so
That's
with
true.
that, let me get to my rant and close out before we go even more overtime. But
I'm not mad though that you're gonna do your rant. I'm just, I'm not mad at all.
Shout out to my brother and sister and my stepmom. They're all having birthdays this weekend. My little brother Philip is tomorrow, the 2nd, or, well, if you're listening to this on the East Coast, tomorrow the 2nd. You're on the West Coast in 2 days on Saturday. If this is on demand, then it's already happened. And my stepmom is on the 4th, and my second oldest sister is on the 5th. So, gonna be doing a lot of traveling, running around, trying to spend time and get gifts and do all the great birthday things. So it should be a fun weekend. Outside of that, man, just prepping for Monday. Can't wait for it to come already. Took the day off. Trying to find a pink parking pass. If you got a pink parking pass, hit me up. Sell you my soul. Outside of that, stay safe. Shout out to the good news. Shout out to FBC Radio. Shout out to all the people who listen to us, your favorite podcast app. And yeah, peace.
Peace. We're not mad though.
Stay
we
safe.
We just wish you peace, but we're not mad. We promise.
Touchdowns, tangents.
Time minister.
He always has to get the last word in.
I mean, I'm not mad that you try to get the last word in. I just get the last
That's
word
his
in.
new phrase.
It is. Bro, you want a hug?
Like, I'm not mad. I'm like Richard Sherman when he wasn't in the league.
I'm not mad. But you just cut Earl Thomas. I'm not mad, but I'm not mad. But that has to be the name of that caption. I'm not mad, but
My mic malfunction.
my mic is.
Yeah, that's the time.
My mic doesn't. I'm not mad, but my
My mic
microphone
is-
doesn't want to talk right now. Oh my god, that was fucking hilarious.
What'd you think?
Good.
Oh my god.
How was it? What's your feedback?
Good.
Oh shit, we're still on.